got to be a giver. You know, when you come around, people got to think positive of you. You got to give, you know, be aware of your energy, the energy that you give out to people. You know, when you come in rooms, you got to bring a joy to this room. Jamie Eddie's in here. You know what I mean? What's up? You know, how can I help you? How can I do this? You have to build a relationship. One thing I did not do at my undergrad, I did not. You know, I was a student athlete. I was just focused on sports. So I didn't go out on the university and meet other people or go, you know, network on campus. I really didn't have the time to, but I did have some time, but I didn't do it. And that's what I did during my graduate, you know, when I went to graduate school, and that helped me, that benefited me so much. You know, the relationships that I met, the mentors that I met, I'm still in contact with them today, and they're just one call away. So you never know what people may have for you in the future, you know, down the line. So one thing you always want to do is build positive relationships, you know, with everyone. You know, just be a positive force. Just bring good energy with you, and good things gonna come to you.
One last thing. You did say not to listen to your parents, but the way he meant it was not to listen to your parents in order to get the happiness that you want.
You want for your life. Yeah.
I was in a situation, and you know, we always try to be transparent. We're gonna be, you know, as serious as we can. You know, just real as possible. Mm-hmm. And truth be told, I had, you know, family members telling me not to go back to school, or not to go back to school, but not to go back to Tallahassee, to where I was leaving my family. But it was at that point in time, again, back to self-assessing, where I had to sit and to think for myself of what would make me happy, what would put me and my family in a better situation from where I was then to where I am now. And I could definitely tell you, me not listening to, you know, family, I just say my parents, you know, because they wanted what they thought was best for me. However, again, what they may think is best for me may not always be what I see in my future. So I definitely had to, you know, at that point I didn't listen to them. But again, look at the good that came out of it. So the self-assessing is a very vital tool into, you know, stepping further in your life, you know, making those right decisions. And there will be times where you may make a decision going against the grain. However, and it may not work in your favor, but if you continue to persist, if you continue to self-assess, to always get your thoughts right, to always get your goals, set your goals, to always have something that you're really trying to reach for, you will obtain it. And that's I'm living proof. We're living proof of that being a testament.
Now, when you think about self-assessing, this just came to my mind. Think about self-assessing. Think about your appearance. If you walk out the house and, you know, you get in the mirror, you getting fly, you get in the mirror and you got an outfit on you don't like, what you gonna do? You're going to go back and change that outfit. You know what I mean? So why can't you do that with your life? Right. You know what I mean? Things are not going the way that you wanted to go. Why can't you just change it? You know what I mean? Think about that.
I like that.
Think about that. You feel what I'm saying? If you put on an outfit, you put on these shoes, whatever it is, you get fly, whatever you think you're doing, and you get in the mirror and it ain't looking the way you look. And some people always, you probably like, you look like you straight. Like, what's up? But that person like, nah, that ain't it. What they doing? Right. They going to change it. So why you can't take control of your life in that same way? You know what I mean? Why, when things are not going away, why can't you just change the way you know things are going and go put that other outfit on of your life? Right. You know what I mean? Change that ballpark. So think about stuff like that. That's just some practical stuff. If you break stuff down on the ground level of that, you know, it makes it easy for you to think about stuff. So, you know, even just so we still hitting on this self-assessment, Eddie. So I want you to bring I know you hit on some moments already, but think about a big moment in your life where life just hit you and you had to self-assess. I know you just talked about you know with the prison and the job and stuff like that. But just give another practical thing so people can actually hear it, you know, get some real life experiences from us. And just think about something where, you know, it just hit you and you had to self-assess and hit the ground running. All
right, most recent with my job again, going back to school, I got my master's in public administration, and in my head, after, you know, taking the courses, I'm like, okay, you know what? After I finish school, I'm gonna leave my job and I'm gonna go get a job in the field that I'm getting my degree in. Yeah. However, coming towards the end of it, you know, I'm looking in the future. I'm self-assessing, trying to see, okay, you know, weighing my options. All right, this is where I am now within my job. Right. And however, and I put time in. if I go to another job, I may have to start all over again. I'm gonna have to start from ground zero, from being the newbie, the rookie. So and which is no problem, because I do believe in myself that I could work from ground up. However, I'm already settled in a job that I'm doing, you know, very good things at this point in life. So I made that decision to stay where I was, even with the degree that I have. And I'm still happy to this day. Both with having my master's, with having my job, and just with the way that my future is turning out.
So one thing, you know, and as you're talking, stuff just comes to my head, bro. So like once, you know, a lot of people, I think the problem that you have your own reality of what you think, you know, and your reality is always not what's, you know, the truth, or, you know, what it is. You know, some people may think they're the best athlete or the best basketball player, and to you are, and you're supposed to have, and this is a thin line, because you're supposed to have faith in yourself, supposed to believe in yourself, but then it's a point where you have to know, like, okay, like, I ain't that good, you know what I mean? But it's some people that can't decipher that, you know what I mean? They think they're just that, you know, when it comes to whatever we're talking about, you know, or whatever that situation you're in, you just think that, you know, you're just the top dog, and sometimes it's not the case. But then it's like, well, I'm supposed to believe in myself, man. So why not? But I think a lot of people, you make your reality fit your perspective. You know what I mean? So once you think you're top, so you expect everybody to approach you in that way. You know what I mean? Because you feel that way about yourself, and you think that way about yourself, and you put this energy into your mind, and you train yourself to believe that, you know, when people come at you a certain way, you're like, bro, you don't know who I am. You know what I mean? So a lot of that's when you got to self-assess certain situations. You know, because you're not that. You know what I mean? You're not who you think you are, and that may be difficult sometimes to get it. But maybe you have to work hard, or maybe it's just not for you. You know, some things, you know, we think we can do it, but it's just not for you. But you know, that's just some things we want to talk about. So one thing, me and Eddie, we are big listeners of Eric Thomas, and I wrote down something Eric Thomas said, and then I want to have a discussion about what he said. So he said, we want people to make guarantees to use. And we want people to make guarantees to us. So, example. So say if you ordered something, you ordered Amazon, and they said it's gonna be there in 2 days. If they don't be there in 2 days, you hot. You 38 hot. You know what I mean? And you mad. So and you get an attitude, you mad. But think about this with yourself. If you say, I'm gonna work out for 2 days, I'm gonna eat clean for 4 days, 5 days, for a month. And if you don't stick to it, why you don't get mad at yourself like that?
Right.
Why you don't hold yourself to that same accountability that you try to hold other people to? So when you listen to that, so talk about that. Why do people hold other people or other things more accountable than themselves? Even if I tell you something, you know, if I tell you I'm gonna do something for you, you expect on that day for it to be done. But you'll tell yourself, oh, I'm eating clean this week, or I'm gonna work out this week.
Right.
And you don't do that for yourself, and why you don't get mad at yourself like that? So talk that through to me. Why do you think it's so easy for people to get mad at other people and then hold themselves to that same accountability?
That's some personal.
Yeah.
That is a big problem that, you know.
Or what can somebody do, because you can't speak for somebody else, what can they do to get out of that? You know what I mean? What is something you think they could do to change that, you know?
That's simple as setting goals, man. If you have those goals and you set those goals before yourself, and you really believe in what you're trying to accomplish, your mental should push you to reach each goal. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you'll hold yourself accountable, because whatever you're trying to obtain, you're really gonna strive for.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking for myself, that's just. I knew when we talked after I got to school, you already had your master's. So it's like, you know, I looked at, you know, the things that you did. I looked at the thing that our mom did, and just, you know, to see that you both obtain your degrees, no matter how long it took for either one of you. Right. But I knew that was a goal. That was something that I wanted to achieve. And bit by bit, you know, we used to talk, you know, all right, well, I got this semester, and after this semester, I started out with 4 semesters. All right, bro, this one semester here is over, so I got 3 more. Yeah. So I just knew, you know, as long as I made sure I stayed in school, and I did the things that I needed to do in order to pass each semester. Yeah. I started with 4 semesters, and that dwindled down to 1 until I finally got my master's. So I set a personal goal to achieve my master's, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
So you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I had a self-assessment of knowing where I was again in life, knowing what I wanted in life, and to have my master's is something that I wanted. So I've seen I had to break down, logically, the things that I would have to do in order to get there. And that all included going to class, doing my work, talking to my professors, networking, obtaining my master's.
Yeah. And one thing Nipsey Hussle said, he was like, if you're committed to growth and progress, you'll figure it out. So it's a lot of things that, they'll come over time. Like you just committed to the grind and committed to where you're going, the journey, you'll figure it out. Over time, it may not be easy, but you'll figure it out. And it all go back to that self-assessing. Just being able to sit down and understand where you at, where I'm going, and who are the key players in helping me get to where I'm going. Or if I'm a self-pilot, I'm just trying to get there. And I don't think it's never good to try to do anything by yourself. And that's one thing me that I struggled with early on. I would never talk to people. Even me and Eddie, when early on in our life, when I was in college, me and Eddie didn't talk. Like we really, we were both in school, so we would talk like when we got home, but we really did. And this probably surprised people. Like we didn't get on the phone and call each other. And I was up there dealing with different stuff in college, way in Philadelphia. And I got a big brother that I can call and talk to. That I would never reach out to him. I just dealt with it on my own. So little things like that. You have people in your corner that you can reach out to. That can help you get to where you want to go, even in your self-assessment. And that could be a part of your self-assessment. You're like, okay, I need help.
Accountability.
I need accountability part. I need somebody to help me. I need somebody to push me. You know what I mean? Even when you get in different scenarios. So say if somebody is going to college, you have different resources on campus to help you. When I went to school, I didn't even know, for a whole 4 years I was an undergrad, I didn't even know we had a multicultural center until I went to graduate school. Because I was a student athlete, my schedule was I only was around student athletes. I really didn't even go on campus like that. I didn't even know I had a multicultural center for me to go there. As an African American male, we had a center just for us to go to, to help us out, for people that talk like me, that look like me, and that are dealing with the same problems with me. They were able to go to this center and get help, and I didn't even know I had this access. So it like I said, you have to sit down and be able to see what access do I have, what doors can I get into, who can help me, and where can I go. And that's all a part of self-assessing. So, when we talk about this, and we hope y'all hitting home and y'all getting these keys, man. Knowing yourself better than anybody knows you is the biggest, that's one of the biggest things. Like I said, we talked about mentality last week, and now you got self-assessing. So if you just follow our path, you will see that we're trying to put together, we like on a game trying to create a player. You know what I mean? We try to create, how you get on the game and you can create the player and make them as big as you want, as powerful as you want. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put this information, we're trying to get this game, guidance, attention, motivation, education to build the creative players. We want all of you to have a successful journey. The journey that we went on, we had our ups and downs, but we don't want you to go through that same thing. We want you to, make this transition for you as easy as it can be, because you don't have to go through. If you have people giving out this information, you don't have to go through these things. We're giving out this information so you don't have to go through these things. You know what I mean? So let's just, as a community, especially right now, these times that we're dealing in, let's wrap our arms around each other. Let's continue to give each other, motivation, education. We got to keep pushing forward. There's a lot of things going on right now that unity is what we need right now. So with that being said,
go ahead. I want you to tell me over time that you needed to guarantee yourself. So you made a deal with yourself. You made a pact with yourself of where you were at and what you wanted to do, or where you were at and where you wanted to go. Give us an example, or give us a time where you had to use that, where you made that guarantee to yourself, and you actually did that. Yeah, you actually did it.
So one thing, I remember in grad school, it was a big thing. So you had to get an internship to graduate. You know what I mean? So I needed a summer internship to graduate grad school. So I'm in my last year, going into the summer and I graduated in December. So I have to get a internship this summer. So it's like, it was a big thing. And a lot of people, a lot of my peers and people, they like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But they'll take an easy way out. Because a couple of professors, they will let you like create an internship. Like you can go and do something for free, like volunteer and make it an internship. But I'm like, man, I'm about to go get paid. If I'm spending my time, I'm going to get paid. I'm going to do so. And I knew what I wanted to do. I want to work for a professional organization. And I knew that. So I said, I'm going to work for a professional organization. Right. Each day, I'm telling you, each day, and I didn't want to work for football because I felt like I've been playing football all my life. So I was like, the NFL was out. But so it was in the NBA or the MLB. And I was like, well, the MLB, I kind of, because they're in season during the summer. The NBA, they're not in season during the summer.
Right.
So I want to actually be able to be in an atmosphere where they're playing actual games and I can be in the game day experience. So, okay, well, I'm MLB is where I'm going. I literally sat, emailed every MLB. I went to I Googled each MLB staff directory and I looked up every person on their staff directory. So think about a staff director from the marketing department to the sales department to the finance department to every department. Looked up all the people and emailed everybody. I'm saying somebody's gonna return this. Like out of all these teams, it's like 30-some teams, and all these people, somebody gonna return the email. And think how many emails you think I got back?
How many?
One team. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Other people reached out, but they didn't give me no opportunity. Like some emailed me, I only got one opportunity out of all that. That's all you need. All you need is one opportunity. So out of all them teams I emailed, I got one opportunity with the St. Louis Cardinals. So I went up and did an internship with the St. Louis Cardinals. One of the best experiences I ever had. But that was me jumping out on faith. And that year, none of my peers went and did a real internship like that. Went to a school and did an internship, and that was just me jumping out on faith. So little things like when you have a goal, you just got to be willing to do anything to get to it. You know what I mean? At that time, I was like, it was nothing stopping me from getting to that internship and get to a professional sporting teams internship because that's what I wanted. So when we talk about self-assessing, in that situation, I put that goal there, and what do I need to get to that goal? If that's reaching out to people or asking around, and I took it upon my own. Like I said, think about that. All the teams, and if you go do this, look up your favorite team and look at their staff directory and see how many people come on that list. I reached out to every person, send an email, and it ain't gonna act like sometimes all you got to do, well, what I did, I control copy the message and just change the names, but still, that's a lot of people. I did that I did that to everybody, but and I got a return. So in that situation, that's how I overcame that situation.
And that's something that I can say about Jamie. Even though he's younger, I'm the oldest brother. That's one thing that I always seen in him is whenever he set a goal, he's gonna do it. It could make me, I could be so against it, but at the same time, after he pulled through, I'm always proud of him, and I actually use him. I look up to him in a sense of just seeing somebody that's doing it and making progress towards the things that he said he's gonna do. And for me, that's a stand-up guy. That's somebody that you could always look up to, you know what I'm saying, and go to for guidance, or go to for, somebody to talk to help lead you in the way that you need to go. And again, that's part of self-assessing. You have to be able, self-assessing, it lets me, I had to realize I never networked. I didn't like the whole networking thing. Prior to me going back to school the second time, it was just something that I didn't want to do, and I guess that was more of my pride, just saying, man, you don't need to talk to this person or that person, or you don't have to let somebody know that you look up to them and what they're doing, and you're trying to follow their footsteps. But that's a guard that I had to let down in order to understand, or in order to get to where I needed to be. So now networking is something that's vital. That is key. That's a golden rule in order to succeed. Networking is very big. So definitely big ups to you on that, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. but nah, so just as we wrapping it up. We talk about self-assessing again, and just like I made that analogy earlier, you got to think about it like changing your outfit. You know what I mean? Once you look in the mirror and you see things aren't the way you like it, you change your outfit. So think about that with your life. When things aren't going the way you want them to go, you have the keys to the car to change, and steer your life in whatever direction you want to, and take accountability. Stop blaming other people for your shortcomings or whatever that is. Be able to take, and that's one thing that helped me out a lot. I don't blame nobody for anything that happened in my life. You know what I mean? I think things happen for a reason, and all I can do is just adapt from, everything that happened. And, right now in my life, one thing I always think about, and I can speak for me and Eddie, we just look for opportunities to add value. Each situation or when we come a part of something, we want to add value to that situation. We want to make it better than what it was when we joined it. And even for our company, as Cut Different Inc., we're looking to add value to the community. That's why we're here. This weekend we just did we have a new series, something we call a knock and cut. We're just knocking on people's doors. We're gonna do it once a month. We're going around knocking on different people's doors around the community that we see the areas need a grass cut, and we just gonna come cut your yard for free. Last week yesterday actually, we just did 3 yards. So like I said, that's just one example of how we add value to our community. We're coming back and letting you see us, young, black, educated man, We're in the community. We want to be, examples for the youth. We want to be mentors to the youth. And again, I want you to remember these words: the game, guidance, attention, motivation, education. So as we're wrapping it up, let's leave with some practical information. So do you have anything, or how you could tell anybody if somebody came to you and asked you, how can I improve on self-assessing, or what are some steps I can do to self-assess? What you could tell them, or just whatever you may have.
So I got something. College, 2000, I went to Florida A&M again, and Coach Joe Taylor, he used to always give us his little tidbits, his quotes and everything.
Right.
So one of the quotes he gave was, "Don't be the man, be a man." And again, it's don't be the man, be a man. And basically, when I was younger, or at that point in time, I didn't really understand what those words meant.
Right.
I didn't really understand what he was trying to get across. And at times, I definitely felt like, this man, he's doing more of trying to teach us to be men instead of, win games. But at the end of the day, as I got older, I realized, he definitely wanted to win. And that's why he's in the NCAA Hall of Fame.
Coach
Hall of Fame. But at the same time, he was also preparing me for a time like this, dealing with what we're dealing with in life. At this point in time, it's not about being the man that everybody else on social media or trying to live up to everybody else's expectations. I need to be a man for myself. I need to be a man for my family. I need to be a man for my kids. As long as I do what I need to do for the people that care about me, for the people that I care about, everything else is golden. Like I don't care what outside forces, I don't care what anybody who disagrees with what I say. I don't care that nobody, if people don't like what we're doing now with Cut Different, I don't care, because we're doing this out of the kindness of our heart. We're doing this for us because this makes us happy, and we definitely know that we're doing it for the younger generations who may look up to us and we don't even know about it. But eventually they will get the same guidance, they will get the same mentor, they'll get the same training if that's what they want. They'll get that same upbringing, that same mentality. We would do everything that we can to instill those same positive traits in them so that they can be successful in life as well.
Yeah. That's good, man. And so I'm gonna leave you with this. So this is something practical for me. Something I thought about, something I actually did. When you're trying to think about, what you can do to self-assess or how you can start, ask questions. Ask questions about how, what, why, or whatever you're trying to do. Ask questions. Be able to gain information on that topic. After you ask questions, write down clear objectives. Write down, clear things that you want to get accomplished. So you have, goals set, something to look at for you to go accomplish, and as well develop a grading system. So after this, now you have to develop a system to know that, okay, I did this, to this standard, or whatever that. So for example, a grade system. I supposed to make 3 emails today. If you didn't make them 3 emails, you failed. I mean, if you didn't, you failed. If you did, you passed. So make a grading example like that is simple. So that's my 3. Ask questions, write down clear objectives, and develop a grading system. So again, Cut Different Inc., self-assessing. Last time we did mindset, now we did self-assessing. We're trying to create this player for you. If you listen to all these videos, at the end of it, you're gonna be 100% on Madden or whatever playing field you on. You're gonna be 100 overall. So again, I'm Jamie,
and I'm Eddie.
and thank y'all again for joining in.
Thank you.